A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
That was the conclusion of, I believe, set number 2 for the JV squad. Currently tied 1 apiece. They'll be setting up now set number 3 between Grand Island Northwest JV and North Platte High School JV. At the conclusion of the JV game, they'll have a little bit of a break before warm-ups for the varsity game between, of course, Grand Island Northwest and North Platte High School. And that'll do it for the JV game. Grand Island Northwest will take it here in set number 3, 15-8 to win 2-1. We'll have a little break, and then the varsity action will begin for North Platte High School, taking about maybe 20 minutes at the maximum, I'd say, before the official start. We'll, of course, have our quick stop pregame show here in a little bit on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications.
It's time for high school sports on your home of the Dogs, KOOQ FM 98.1 and AM 1410. Today's game brought to you in part by Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC. Dave's Place on East 4th and North Platte, CT Troubleshooters, The Shelter Insurance Boys, Premier Toyota, and Another Round Sports Bar and Grill at River's Edge Golf Course. Today's game also brought to you in part by Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy and Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment, Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Lincoln, Nissan, the D&N Event Center, Larry's RV, Mid-Plains Community College, and Larry's Glass. And watch today's game live via your smart device or smart TV, brought to you by Allo Fiber. Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome in, everybody, here to the Doghouse. It is another smoky day. I know, I'm so sorry. I wish I could get rid of the haze and the smoke as well, but half of Canada, I think, burned down, or it's still burning down from what I hear. It feels like the whole year Canada's been on fire, and they're still kicking at the moment. But that's beside the point here at the Doghouse. The Bulldogs looking to burn it down tonight. Let's see what I did there. With some great offense and pick up a victory here today against Grand Island Northwest. Currently, North Platte High School is in a little bit of a rut right now, currently losing 3 straight games, of course, to Sydney and Ogallala at the North Platte Triangular last week, as well on Tuesday, losing in 3 straight sets to Gehring, 25-17, 25-21, and then 25-20. Looking to get out of the rut for this first season big losing streak for North Platte High School. Of course, they started off the year pretty hot, 2-1, and then from that point on have gone on to lose in 3 straight and have been searching really for some momentum on their side. They kept it close in a lot of these games, just been unable to really close out those games. That's kind of, I think, the next step for head coach Shelly Burns and this North Platte High School volleyball team is, how are they going to, they know how to get off to good starts and how to get things going, but how are they going to close out sets and close out games? I really think that's now the next step for this girls varsity squad at the moment. And they'll be taking on again Grand Island Northwest, and another team that you've seen a lot of the last couple of years for North Platte, whether it be in volleyball, softball, not football much, but all the other sports, and probably even going to be baseball this year. 3-4 on the year, currently on a 1-game winning streak, coming off a victory over Crete, 3-2. So both teams, essentially record-wise, are in the same position, but once again, it's going to be another game of experience gap where Grand Island Northwest only has 2 freshmen on their roster, currently suiting up, and one sophomore suiting up the rest juniors and seniors, compared to this North Platte squad, which of course has 3 sophomores, that are getting a good amount of playing time, as well as a true freshman in J.C. Burke. So the squad is, again, you're going to talk about, when probably head coach Shelly Burns comes up, about this experience difference, but hopefully that starts to wane in the next coming games as this North Platte squad starts to get more and more familiar with each other and then start to really pick up momentum and some communication. We'll step aside, though, here. Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. We'll have more from the Doghouse when we come back here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, of course, video live streaming, sponsored by Allo Communications on NorthPlattePost.com.
Mega Gymnastics is a positive environment where your child can develop skills while growing in confidence.
Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Always have fun and smile big, Coach Darlene.
A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work.
Hard roads lead to beautiful places.
Mega Gymnastics, 601 East Francis, Suite number 2 in North Platte.
It's football and volleyball season, and it's time to enjoy it while eating the best pizza and wings at Dave's Place.
Dave's Place is your fall sports headquarters with the biggest games on the TVs, the freshest pizza, and all new drink specials, including, you guessed it, the Whoop Whoop
Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, or online at davesplacenp.com. Beginning September 10th, Dave's Place will open Sundays at 11 o'clock.
Hey, looking to start a new career? Larry's Glass in North Platte may just have the position for you, as they have an opening for a glazer. What does this glass glazer do? Installs glass in commercial and residential areas, and you'll be installing windows, doors, showers, mirrors, and so much more dealing with glass. If you've been or had carpenter experience in the past, this position may be just the fit for you. And even if you haven't and you have a certain skill set, Larry's Glass will train. Stop into Larry's Glass on West 5th Street today to apply.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ AM North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
This is the Bulldog pregame show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse. Bulldogs taking on the Vikings of course, Grand Island Northwest. Bulldogs currently on this season going to be sitting at a 2-4 on the year compared to Grand Island Northwest 3-4. So basically these two teams similar in terms of record, but of course experience. The big key difference between these two teams. North Platte starting 3 sophomores and 1 true freshman compared to only 1 sophomore and 2 freshmen on the side of Grand Island Northwest. So that's going to be interesting to see how this squad, North Platte High School, has developed since the last time I've seen them, which was, of course, a week ago. You know, a lot can change in a week. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to downplay it, but, you know, 1 week can change a lot of things. So it'll be interesting to see how North Platte can respond to an experience gap, specifically later in a set, because that's kind of where the crutch of this team is, but where head coach Shelly Byrne will probably agree with me, this team at the moment is kind of lacking in terms of its closeout factor. They had a lot of games where they've been really close. They've been a few points away. Maybe they've had the lead midway through the set and then kind of lost it, and then haven't been really able to close out on a high note. And we'll see how they're able to do that today because, again, they've gotten off to really good starts. The first about half of a set, whether it be set 1, 2, or 3, depending on where they are, look really good. They're able to keep up, but again, as the sets have gone on, they start to dwindle just by a little bit and start to falter, and that's where, unfortunately, the opposing team only picks up most of their points and their victory against this North Platte squad. So interesting to see how they're able to do that. Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. How about we get talking up some stats? How about some stats? I love stats. Do you love stats? Okay, cool. Well, you're going to get it anyway. Here we go. Well, let's get into the offensive side, because that was the main focal point we talked about last week with head coach Shelly Byrne. Is the offense is more of at the moment, a slow-paced set-em-up offense compared to a quick-paced offense that we've seen from either Sydney and Ogallala. And so far that season, that's resulted in a team of 8.5 kills per set. In total, we have 85 kills as a team, being led right now by Kiala Williams with 20. And then on the other side, it's going to be Lexi Lantis, who has 17, the second on the team. And then I believe Corey McLean has the third most at 15. So not a percent kill, not as high as I think head coach Shelly Byrne would like. But again, that just kind of boils down to the offense and how they're a team that likes to slowly set it up as compared to quickly setting it up like some opposing teams. That kind of just boils down to, once again, the youth that this team is having at the moment compared to other squads that have had some seniority. So it's interesting to see that. When it comes to the aces, so far leading the team, Lexi Lantis with 5, as well as Kaylee O'Brien with 5 as well. So love to see that. Really spread out between everybody. Nobody really has a huge advantage. It's, again, 5 is the highest with a couple sitting at 2. So it is now time, though, for our national anthem here at the Doghouse. And with that, we will step aside and take a break here for the conclusion of our Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Also want to note, currently going on right now at the Downhauer Sporting Complex, it is senior night for the Bulldogs softball team. That was going on between the conclusion of game 1 and the beginning of game number 2. So if you want to make your way over there and see these seniors for their senior night, that's what you can do. Well, it's time for the national anthem, so I'll step aside and take a break right here from the Doghouse on FM 98.1 AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop pregame show. They have 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop. Game time is just moments away on FM 98.1.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
The D&N Event Center wishes everyone a great school year. Fall can mean weather changes and canceled practices. The D&N offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Watch Facebook for CYS League information to get your 3rd through 6th grader registered for football, volleyball, basketball, and wrestling for the 2023-2024 season. Call the D&N Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information.
North Platte Post Sports.
We're back here to the Doghouse. It is time for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers, Lori, I'm so sorry. They also offer their waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. So you can go out and see the side of Lori and Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District. We'll start on the side of Northwest and the Vikings here today. Brooklyn Beck, the 5'2 senior who is the defensive specialist, alongside Izzy Berman, the 6-foot-tall sophomore. And then you got Haley Brandt, the 5'10 senior. Evelyn Poland, the 5'6 junior. McKenna Stopke, the 6-foot-tall senior. And then Kyla Sybrants, the 5'8 senior as well for the Vikings. For the side, though, of North Platte High School and the Bulldogs, we'll have once again a pretty, I'd say, normal lineup that we've seen for a long time, with a little bit of some changes here and there. Lexi Lantis gets the start for North Platte High School, with Amy Kamensky as well, the sophomore for Lantis. Junior for Kamensky, Kiala Williams, the sophomore, gets the start alongside Grace O'Reilly, the libero, in the senior position. Trinity Vac also gets the start, the junior. Corey McClain gets the start as well as a sophomore. Kaylee O'Brien also gets the start today for North Platte High School as a sophomore. So, I hope you're all ready to... How will we go back to that one? And I got to open up everything again. Gosh darn it. But, I hope you all are ready to get rocking and rolling here today between these two teams, because it's going to be quite an interesting affair between these two teams. Record-wise, they're about the same, 3-4 for the side of Grand Island Northwest compared to 2-4 for North Platte High School. And other than that, really, the height-wise is going to favor the side of Grand Island Northwest. That's just kind of how it's going to be going for North Platte this entire year. They're not going to really beat anybody when it comes to the height differential, but they are very athletic, and there's been games where they really showed off that athleticism, and I'm expecting today, again, them to take advantage of that here today. Can the Bulldogs get a victory to get out of this 3-game skid? That's going to be the interesting part is, it's the first time this season that this team has experienced a long skid in terms of overall wins and losses. So it's going to be interesting to see how not only the team's going to rebound now that they're back home again, but also how has head coach Shelly Byrne, how has she talked with this team and what has she discussed to maybe get them a little more comfortable and feeling a little bit better so that it doesn't feel like the world is ending when it comes to their record at the moment. Because again, we talked about it both at the preseason interview I had with Coach Byrne as well as last week. At the moment records don't really matter, but to these girls, it's still competition, and they know that they're sitting at, a 3-game losing streak right now. So we'll see how they play if they feel loose and they kind of don't really, let's say recognize, but don't really acknowledge it at the moment, or well, as the sets get going and tighter, some silly mental mistakes start to happen. But here we go, everybody, from the doghouse. It's time for some high school volleyball here today. The Bulldogs taking on the Vikings of Grand Island Northwest. North Platte coming off of a loss to Gehring on Tuesday, 3-0. Grand Island coming off a victory against Crete, 3-2. Let's see how each team will respond to those adversities. Right here, Bulldogs in some brand new uniforms, the black tops only. That's right, getting the black tops with the yellow letters and the blue numbers. Of course, Grace Ryland with the blue. And then on the side of Grand Island Northwest, the gold and black mix between these two teams is up to serve comes Trinity Vac for North Platte, and we are underway here between these two teams as Grand Island Northwest will set up right into the middle, and they'll find the easy, quick point. First one from Haley Brandt. And with that, Grand Island Northwest gets off to a quick 1-0 lead as the Bulldogs had a little bit of a defensive hole on that approach. So with that, a quick point to Grand Island Northwest, and we're switching sides to serves with Macy Langford serving here for the side of the Vikings. Far side attack up front from Lexi Lantis, but blocked, and now quick attack over from the Bulldogs, and that'll leave the Vikings to quickly get it over. Kella Williams tried to hit it. It kind of fell a little bit out of the way. Down run from McKenna Stopcott, will be picking up second point of this first set for Grand Island Northwest. It's 2-0 in their favor with, once again, Macy Langford up to serve for the Vikings. Back it goes, picked up on the side by Kamensky. Set middle, Kayala Williams blocks it and sneaks it in between Stopcott as well as Sky Brents. And with that, it is now 2-1. Once again up front, Kayala Williams sneaking it between Stopcott, and with that, point towards the Bulldogs, and they're going the other way with it now. Lexi Lantis serving. Again, has 5 aces on the year, tied for first for the Bulldogs. The set towards the near side, light touch on the side of Berman. Now the Bulldogs will set up once again for Williams. Oh, what a great save up front, and the Vikings will get it on over, but North Platte will try again with Kamensky on the far side. Good save, though, coming in from Evelyn Poland, and now the Vikings will sky it right out the back. From the side of Kyla Sky Brinson, another point towards North Platte, and we're all tied up here. 2-2 in set number 1. With once again Lexi Lantis serving for North Platte High School. There it goes. Skying right on back. Good save on the side by Langford. Now the Vikings will set up. Oh, it gets into North Platte territory, and it bounces far off of Brooklyn Beck. And Abby Kamensky will pick up the point for the Bulldogs. Currently, it is now their lead, 3-2 early on in this set number 1. With now another serve coming in for Lexi Lantis. Lantis guys it all the way back. Good pickup on the side by Beck. Near side attack, and it's going to fall in. The point from Kyla Cybrance, has it hit off the front of Abby Kamensky's arm and lands in North Platte territory for an for a Viking point. As checking in, Tessa Sear checks in, as well as Kenna Bowman for for the side of Grand Island. They now got to a smaller lineup with going out being Izzy Berman. Strong serve, back it goes to Haley O'Brien, and unfortunately it bounces awkwardly off her arm, and with that, that's an ace on the side of Grand Island Northwest. And Bowman, her first today. 4-3 now in favor of the Vikings here in set number 1. Bowman with another serve back to O'Brien. Vac sets it into one. Grace Ryland pushover. Offense wasn't too set up, and now here comes the Vikings. They didn't have anything really set up. And now North Platte will see if they can try it again. Williams in the middle and finds the mark. Second for Kiala Williams, her second kill of the day, and it is now 4-4. The score right here with Williams back to serve for North Platte. So far today, early on, it's been Williams who's been lighting the offense up for North Platte as her serve lightly finds it over the mark and almost falls in for an ace, but getting it over to the Vikings. Now North Platte will set it up towards O'Brien. Nice powerful hit from Kaylee O'Brien. It bounces off the stop con, and there is another point for North Platte. 5-4 in the lead now for the Bulldogs. Another Williams serve, her second on the way. Lightly back, it gets to Beck, and now quick attack. That will it fall in? Oh, it will fall in for a point. Kyla Seibrints will pick it up as it almost was able to get back over from the side of North Platte, but O'Brien really had to reach for it and couldn't do it. But now Kyla Seibrints will be serving for the Vikings, tied 5-5 here in set number 1 between these two teams. Back it goes to O'Brien. Now Vac. Oh, Wax can get on over. Easy tip down, though, from Tessa Sear. Point for Northwest, and following the very far set from Vac, just an easy tip down side of Tessa Sear, and it's 6-5 now in favor of the Vikings. Back it goes. Vac will set it up towards O'Brien in the middle. It will find the mark on the very back corner. Kaylee O'Brien picks up another kill. It's now the second for her today, and we're tied 6-6. Early on here in this set number 1, good back and forth action with Abby Kamensky now serving for North Platte. As Addison Euling now checks in, wearing number 12. Oh, Grace Ryland with the great save. And a little bit of some mix-up between both Grace Ryland and I believe Corey McLean trying to go for a set, and because of that, run into each other, and a missed opportunity for North Platte. It's 7-6 in favor of the Vikings. Once again, set in the middle up top, Corey McLean. Oh, great save from the Vikings, and though it's going to fall out of bounds. A hit from Haley Brandt trying to sneak it in for a quick hitter, but no good, as now we're tied once again 7-7 between these two teams in set number 1 with Haley O'Brien now serving. Nice strong one. Back it goes to Seibrant. Now the set spike up from Sear, and it will just barely sneak its way in front of the out-of-bounds line. And that's a point for the Vikings. It's now 8-7 in set number 1, with up to serve now being Evelyn Poland for the Vikings. Well, again, a 1-point lead for Grand Island Northwest. Back it goes to O'Brien. The set from Kamensky to the middle. Euling lightly tips in. Great save from Berman, and now the Vikings will just go over with it. Keep saying the Islanders. I don't know why. As Euling once again with the attack and tips it. Oh, can the Bulldogs get it over? And they will with Grace Ryland. Good save on the offensive side. Can they get back defensively? And it's tipped up front there by Lexi Lantis. And though it will fall in for a point on the far side from Emerson Graves. It was a good tip from Lantis to begin with on the putback, but she just almost got her finger on that attack from Graves. It'll fall just barely in for a Viking point. 9-7 now, the largest lead of this set number 1. Back to O'Brien, and McLean will save it, and Kamensky will get it on over. Now here comes the Vikings for their offensive attack up front in the middle. Good block once again from Lexi Lantis, as well as Corey McLean with the block up front. And that's a point towards North Platte. Defensively looking very strong right now. As checking back in comes Kiala Williams with back to serve being Corey McLean for North Platte. Nice strong serve to the back line it goes. Set from the Islanders, and they're going to have, I believe, a net infraction. They will. Running into the net, Evelyn Poland. And with that, a point towards North Platte. It is 9-9 now. It was a 2-point lead now, making its way back down to a tie ball game at the moment. 9-9 here in set number 1 between Grand Island and North Platte. Nice gets back to Langford. Set towards the near side. Light tip from Graves. Now here comes North Platte. Towards Williams in the middle. Now a good setup as she had to roll spike it from around the middle court area, and it was an easy stuff from Evelyn Poland. Actually, correction, it would be from Izzy Berman, and with that, a point towards the Vikings. They're in the lead now, 10-9. With Brooklyn Beck now checking in. No, not related to Derek Beck. Or I think so. 10-9, back it goes. The set from Kamensky in the middle. Lexi Lantis fires one away, no good. Now here come the Vikings on the far side. Good block up front. Another good save. Can they get it? North Platte. Lantis just barely has to tip it on over. And here comes the Vikings far side attack from Cybrance. Another good up front block from North Platte. Lantis just roll spikes it. And it will fall in for a North Platte point. Lexi Lantis will pick it up, and now we're once again tied 10-10. Close matchup between these two teams as Addison Euling now subs out, and here comes Trinity Vack. Vack now serving for North Platte, tied 10-10 here in set number 1. Strong serve from Trinity Vack, but it flies out the back. And with that, a point Northwest. Subbing back in now comes McKenna Stopcott, and now up comes Macy Langford for the Vikings serving, and out goes Kaylee Brandt. Langford sets and fires. Back it goes to Kamensky. That calls for it, and now from the back line, Ryland has to roll spike it. Now here comes the Vikings. Langford now to a near side attack, which is blocked up front. Another save, another hit, and North Platte will get it over just barely. Williams tips it back. And now far side attack from Cybrance. There's O'Brien to save it. Good defense from the Bulldogs in the back line. Oh, though. Kamensky tried to attack on the far side, and there was a double block from Cybrance as well as Stopcott, and with that, it's a point towards the Vikings. 12-10 now in favor of Grand Island Northwest. Once again, the second serve for Macy Langford on the way. Back it goes. Picked up by O'Brien. Vack with the set towards the middle. Williams! Oh, good save, though, on the side, I believe, of Poland. And now here comes, oh, it was going to be the attack from Grand Island Northwest, but Izzy Berman blocks it right, or hits it right into the open arms of Kiala Williams, and it fires back down for a North Platte block. It's now 12-11 with Lexi Lantis back to serve for the Bulldogs. Strong serve. Back it goes to Beck. The set, and now attack from Cybrance, which is goodly picked up by one Grace Ryland. O'Brien, whoa, great diving save on the side of Grand Island Northwest, and I believe that was Graves. Oh, but it won't fall in on the side of Northwest as Macy Langford made a diving stop, but Kiala Williams finds another kill. That's her third today, and we're tied once again, 12-12 here in this ball game. Neither side really getting the upper edge against each other. Largest lead being 2, and now we're back tied again, 12-12. Oh, great block up front by Williams, and then another save by the Bulldogs. We'll have to hit it on over from a very not well set up offensive attack, as that time the Vikings will take advantage with Stopcott picking up her second point. And now it's 13-12 as double substitutions, Tessa Sear as well as Kenna Bowman up here to sub in for Northwest. And now again, they're going to a much smaller lineup at the moment. This is where North Platte's really taking good advantage of this rotation when they've gone a little bit smaller up front, as Bowman with the serve. Back to O'Brien. The set from back. How about O'Brien? Oh, just skies it out the back a little too far. Couldn't get the curvage down, and with that, a point towards Northwest. It's 14-12 in favor of Grand Island Northwest. Bowman from the serve line today already has an ace here in this first set. Back it goes to Ryland. The set from Vac towards the far side. Williams! Oh, great save on the side, I believe, of Cybrant. And now it will fall out of bounds from McKenna Stopcott. And with that, a point towards the Bulldogs as subbing out goes Grace Ryland. And now Corey McLean now checks in for the Bulldogs. Calla Williams up to serve. Again, trailing by 1, 14-13. Williams back it goes on the serve. A little bit of some movement, but a nice strong attack on the side. Oh my good heavens, almost getting it over where the Bulldogs, but nice strong attack from Tessa Shear. That's her second kill for today, and back up to 2 points, 15-13, and set number 1 is back to serve is going to be Macy, oh, it wasn't even Lacey Langford's direction, Kaya Cybrance for the side of Grand Island Northwest. And 2-point lead here in set number 1, 15-13. Back it goes, out! The back out of bounds, and with that on the service error, it's now a 1-point lead as now Addison Euling will check in for North Platte. And out goes Trinity Vac, and now Abby Kamensky serving. And thank you again to our sponsors for today's game. Another round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, come into another round for some amazing food and drinks, as well as Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. To find out more on 1510 East 4th Street. Good receive from Langford. And now the set towards the attack in the middle. Oh, Ryland tried to save it. Bounced off of her arm from Kenna Stopcott, and third point for her, third kill, and back up to 2, 16-14 the lead for Grand Island Northwest with Stopcott here serving for the Vikings. And 16-14. Stopcott light serve, great diving save from Lantis. And now Euling just has to hit it on over, and here comes the offense from the Vikings. Towards the far side, topped by one Graves, but North Platte will now set it up for O'Brien for the back line, and she gets it! Kaylee O'Brien picks up her third kill of the game, and now it is a 1-point lead for the side of Northwest. 16-15 is checking in, comes JC Knapp, and here comes O'Brien. Strong serve! Oh! Just barely falls out to the back. And with that, now another point towards the Vikings, 17-15 here in set number 1. And now subbing in comes Evelyn Poland, as well as Izzy Berman, as well as Haley Brandt. Here comes a serve from Poland. It's going to fly out the back once again, so Bulldogs have flied out a couple, as well as the Vikings here in this game, both going for some power over precision when it comes to their serves so far, and 1-point lead for Grand Island. Nice serve from the back line of Corey McLean. The set towards the near side attack from Graves. That'll allow the Bulldogs to set something up. Williams in the middle. Oh, great save on the side of Poland. And here come the Vikings. Far side attack from Graves. Tipped up by one, Abby Kamensky, and Corey McLean couldn't get there in time. And there's a point towards Emerson Graves, and now Grace Ryland subs in. 18-16, the lead right now for Grand Island Northwest. We're back to serve being Brooklyn Beck. Beck. Back it goes to O'Brien. The set from Kamensky in the middle to Euling. It's going to bounce off the top, and it'll fall in for a North Platte point. Addison Euling able to pick it up, and now, once again, we're just teetering between that 2-point, 1-point lead for the Vikings. Can North Platte get out of this rhythm that they put themselves in a little bit and finally retake the lead with Trinity Vac now serving? Vac. Back all the way it goes to Beck. Set. Middle attack from Berman. Great block up front by Williams. Langford. Now a near side attack. Oh, saved by Riley with one arm. But not enough, as that will probably fall the way of, I believe, Evelyn Poland. And with that, back up to 2 points is the lead. 19-17 in set number 1. With back to serve being Macy Langford for the Vikings. Again, set number 1 here between these two teams. North Platte currently on a 3-game losing streak, looking to come out and pick up their first dub in a while. Back it goes to O'Brien. Vac now with the set to Lantis on the far side! Off the arms of Stopcott, and with that, a point towards Lexi Lantis. And now it's a 1-point lead with up to serve being Lexi Lantis. 19-18, the Vikings lead here in the doghouse. Still set number 1. Strong serve from Lantis back to Langford. Middle attack from Stopcounty and no good. And now here comes North Platte with O'Brien. It might fall in and it will fall in for a point. We're tied now. Kaylee O'Brien now picks up her 4th kill today. And we're tied 19-19 here again, set number 1. Great first set from the Bulldogs. Looking fully energized in the offense, looking much more up-tempo this week against the side, Grand Island Northwest. Lantis' second serve. Back it goes to Beck. A set from the middle from Poland. Quick attack from Berman. Oh, it'll just barely sneak in on the far side out of bounds line. Just barely squeaking it in, and with that, it's now 20-19 in favor of the Vikings as subbing out goes Berman as well as Poland. As in now comes Kenna Bowman as well as Tessa Shear for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Bowman now gets the AOK and will fire away on her serve. Her 3rd, I believe, of this first set. Oh, it's just going to awkwardly bounce off of Grace Ryland. That's the 2nd ace for Bowman, and now it's 21-19 in favor of the Vikings. Here comes Bowman's 2nd serve. Again, 2 aces already on the day. Wow, light one gets just 2. Kaylee O'Brien, and now she'll attack it on the near side. Block up front, saved by Ryland. Now here comes North Platte. Once again, O'Brien, light tip. Oh, good diving save from Bowman. And now here comes the offense from the Vikings. Lantis now to Vac. Far side, Kamensky just has to hit it on over and does so. Now here comes North Platte on the defense. Light tap, Lantis there to save it. Williams light tip. Oh, great reach out from the side of Shear for the save. And Northwest gets it over. Can North Platte set something up? They will. Williams! Oh, good save from Langford. Tipped back. Oh, another good save. This time North Platte will have an offense with Kamensky. Good back and forth action between these two teams is hitting it on over. Oh, Lantis, great save on the back line. Uh-oh. Some trouble for North Platte, but... Oh, and they're going to call, I believe, a net. Running it into the net from, I believe, on Kella Williams, and a point towards Grand Island Northwest, 22-19. Great back and forth. Nobody could really set up a clean offensive attack, but it was an error on the side of the Bulldogs that now ended that little possession, and it's 22-19. Langford. Now it was Cybrance on the far side, tipped up front. Oh, it just awkwardly hits off of Lexi Lantis' arm, and down it goes for a point. 23-19 now, the largest lead of the game. And the set number 1 for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Here we go. Light serve just barely gets over. Uh-oh, can the Bulldogs get it over? Bryant, oh, just barely hits off the front of the net. Serve bounced awkwardly off, I believe, Alexi Lantis, and then off of Ryland, and O'Brien tried to save it but couldn't do it, and now we're here. 24-19 match point for the Vikings in set number 1. O'Brien with the receive. Now to another O'Brien attack, like tip. Great save from Bowman. Now here comes the Vikings. Strong hit from Shear, but can North Platte answer with O'Brien? She roll spikes it back to the back line with Beck. And now here comes Grand Island Northwest. Ryland, really easy defense with Williams tapping it, and she finds the point. Kayala Williams with her 4th kill today, and now North Platte trailing by 4 will go up to serve with Williams on deck. Still another set point for Grand Island Northwest. Williams' serve. Back it goes to Beck. The set from Bowman to attack. Oh, great block up front from Corey McLean. Oh, and they're going to say that's going to be Corey McLean running into the net, and because of that, the point will go the way of Grand Island Northwest, and they'll pick up the 25-20 victory here in set number 1. Bulldogs so close to picking up that set victory, but fall just a bit short, again, falling 25-20. We'll step aside and take a real quick break. When we come back, we will have set 2 action right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming, sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another Round Sports Bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Attention Toyota lovers. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle or need top-notch service? Premier Toyota's got you covered. Their knowledgeable and friendly staff will help you find the perfect ride to fit your lifestyle and budget. Plus, their state-of-the-art service center is staffed with expert technicians who will keep your vehicle running like new. Visit Premier Toyota today and experience the best selection, service, and prices around. You won't be disappointed. Toyota, let's go places.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here to the doghouse. Bulldogs currently trailing by 1 set, 1-0 to Grand Island Northwest. A 25-20 victory for the Vikings. I mean, North Platte, so close to picking up that set. About the 19-18 point mark. It was really, could go either which way, back and forth action, but the Vikings able to go on a little run and eke out the set 1 victory in 25-20. Thank you again to our timeout sponsor, Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, alongside Sand Hill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking, with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Winnetka, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. Alongside CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005, located on 905 South Willow. Up to serve here in set number 2 to lead off, going to be Macy Langford. Langford will let it go here for this, again, second set, and now up we are underway. Williams just has to hit it on over. Bulldogs couldn't get a clean look. And now see what the Vikings do. Far side, block up front by Euling and Williams. And now a roll spike on the side of Sybens and the Vikings. Keller Williams almost had it on her attack in the middle. Fortunately, it falls out of bounds on the near side. That's a point towards the Vikings. And now lead 1-0 here in set number 2. Langford once again serving. Get the A-OK and let it fly from the back line. Back to Euling. The set from Kamensky. Back to Euling on the far side. Just lightly taps it over. Now here comes the Vikings. Up the middle. Stopkati will get it. It's now 4 kills for Stopkati and 2-0 in favor of the Vikings early on here in set number 2. Again, after that close set, how will North Platte respond here in set number 2? It's kind of been the weakness for North Platte, has been their second, sometimes third sets when they get there. But it's all about how they're going to respond. Williams near side attack, sneaks it in between Stopkati. And that is now the 5th kill of the day for Kayla Williams. Now Trinity Vack will get her first serve here in set number 2 with the Bulldogs trailing by 1. Back it goes to Beck. Great diving save from Poland, and Sybens has to hit it on over. My good heavens, and it'll just barely make it over. A small tip off the top of the net. I can't believe it made it over, but it did, and unfortunately for North Platte, they were not prepared. As Vack thought it was going to fall short, but because it just barely tipped over, Vack couldn't get there in time. And so she went for the dive. She was a little short, and now here comes Kenna Bowman serving for the Vikings. Again, 3-1 the lead here in set number 2. Bowman, 2 aces already on the day. Back to Kamensky. Set from back towards Lantis in the backside. Good block up front. The side of the Vikings. Now North Platte will retry with Williams lightly tapping it over, but there's Bowman Here comes Grand Island Northwest. It's going to tip right over the hands of Trinity Vac. O'Brien was there in the back line, ready to hit it and save it, but Vac instinctually tried to stop it and it just snuck through her hands. A point towards the Vikings, 4-1. Oh, that serve will go right into the netting, so North Platte will get a point back on the service error. And here we go with Lexi Lantis, see how she can respond. Again, this early 4-2 lead for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Lantis back, it goes to Langford. Ooh, wow, that's going to get really close to the net. So with that, Cybrints will hit it way off balance, and it'll fall out of bounds for a North Platte point, and we're now just almost tied. It's 4-3 in favor of Grand Island Northwest. As setting and ready to fire away with it, Lexi Lantis. Back to Langford once again. Now a much better set up front. Oh, and sneaking it through. Stop Cotty for Grand Island. She'll get the kill. That's her fifth. Sneaking it between Kayla Williams as well as Trinity Vac, and that's now 5-3 the lead for Grand Island Northwest, with Cybrints now serving for the Vikings. Back to Ryland. Set from the far side was Vac, and now Williams slightly tapped it over off balance for a sort of clean attack from the Vikings. That one really off balance from Emerson Graves, and that runs into her own net. A point towards North Platte, 5-4, with Keela Williams serving now as Grace Ryland subs out, and in comes Corey McLean. Back to Langford. Set in the middle from Bowman to one stop Cotty, but can't get it over. Oh, my good heavens, little bit of some, I would say sloppy, but not perfect play, but it still gets over from either side. And a clean, though, attack on the side of Northwest as Tessa Shear makes them pay her third kill. It's now 6-4 either side, not really getting a clean look or setting up a clean look, and because of that, the point went the way of Grand Island Northwest when they were able to get a clean look. As now up to serve Kenna Stopcotty for the Vikings, up 2.64. Back to O'Brien. Vac with the set. Towards the near side, McLean. Back it goes to Stopcotty, who's able to easily defend it. And here comes Shear, and that's going to bounce off of Ryland on the attack. Another point towards the Vikings. That's now Tessa Shear's fourth kill. It's now 7-4 in favor of Grand Island Northwest. And here comes, once again, Stopcotty's second serve. Back to Lantis. Had to really dip low to get it. As McLean flies it over on the back. Stopcotty saves. Whoa, and they, luckily enough, Northwest gets it over. And now McLean from the middle. And finds the point. Corey McLean finds her first kill today. And it was an absolute beauty into the back line. And with that 7-5, the lead, as out goes Trinity Vac, and in comes Addison Euling, with Abby Kamensky now serving for the Bulldogs. And trailing by 2, 7-5 here in set number 2. Bulldogs lost set number 1 as McLean really skies that out the back for a service error, and that's a point towards the Vikings. Okay, North Platte fell in set number 1, 25-20, and now trailing here in set number 2 by 3 now, 8-5. Up to serve, Evelyn Poland for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Poland way back to Lantis, and now Kamensky. Attack from McLean. Oh, good block up front, though. I believe that was from Poland. Oh, and it's going to fall out. Correction, this block goes from Haley Brandt. And when North Platte and Addison Euling tried to attack it. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Oh, there's going to be a net infraction on the side of Grand Island Northwest. I believe that was on Brandt, and because of that, a point towards the Bulldogs. 8-6 is now the lead with Kaylee O'Brien up to serve. Ooh, strong one from O'Brien, but it flies into a net. Another service error from North Platte, and that has been their kryptonite a couple of times this season. Last week against Sydney and Ogallala, it was their kryptonite in those two games, and so far today, a couple more service errors. Now back to a 3-point lead with serving for Grand Island being Brooklyn Beck. Back to Ryland. The set from Kamensky to Lantis. Oh, she gets it! bouncing it off of the front line of Izzy Berman. And there's Alexi Lantis picking up her 3rd kill today. As now Corey McLean checks back in, and she's up to serve now for North Platte. As well as Kayla Williams checking in. Set towards the middle attack. Good block up front by Williams. Oh, it's going to be a point toward the Bulldogs. Following a net infraction. And with that, it's now a 1-point lead for Grand Island Northwest, 9-8. Favor of the Vikings. Set towards the near side. Berman has it tipped up front by Williams. Now the attack. Far side Euling. Oh, great save from Langford. And here come the Vikings. Another near side attack from Berman. Gonna sky it out the backside line. And we're tied here 9-9. In set number 2, the Bulldogs, trailing by 3, have clawed their way back in and now are tied up 9-9 in set number 2, looking to equalize the score after falling in set number 1. Another soft serve from Lantis. Tip. Oh, awkwardly, Cybrance has to hit it over. Can North Platte set up? They will. How about Williams tipping it? It falls in! Kayla Williams will pick up another kill, her 6th of today. And now the Bulldogs will take their first lead here in set number 2, 10-9. Strong serve. Oh, just barely falls out from Lexi Lantis. The service error, and we're back tying 10-10. My heavens, these two teams just can't seem to find any separation at the moment. As we're back tied once more. Amount of times that we've been tied, I'd be rich right now if I had to count it. Euling will receive it. How about the attack from Lexi Lantis? Oh, she's going to sky it out the back, unfortunately. Looking for a tip up front. But on the kill attempt, she skies it out of the back end zone. We're talking football terms, or just out the back sideline. It's 11-10 now in favor of the Vikings, with once another serve coming from Macy Langford. Langford back to Euling. The set from Kamensky. Now Williams tips it and sneaks it in between Stopcotty. Hey, Kayla Williams be picking up her 7th kill of the day. And we're tied once again, 11-11. Here in this game, set number 2 between North Platte High School and Grand Island Northwest. Northwest with the current 1-set lead, 1-0. Serve from back. Quick attack from Stopcotty. And it's going to find a soft spot in the Bulldog defense on the back line. And now back to a 1-point lead for the Vikings as double substitution comes in. Tessa Shear as well as Kenna Bowman. Bowman, again, 2 aces on the day. The lone player on either side to get an ace in this quick already 2 sets. Back to Ryland. Back with the set towards the near side. Kamensky, and she finds it! As Abby Kamensky finds her first kill today. And we're back tied 12-12. Kamensky sneaking it in between 2 defenders. And with that, Lexi Lantis now serving for North Platte High School. Back it goes. Oh, it's going to bounce off of Cybrance. Hey, can they get it over Northwest? Oh, they will, luckily enough. And now here comes North Platte. Williams lightly taps it. Oh, great save from Shear. And now Stopcotty. What a great save by Ryland. Oh, and it'll fall out of bounds. Some mayhem on the court between either side, and the point will fall the way. Grand Island Northwest 13-12 is the lead now. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota just south of I-80 in North Platte invites you to stop out and take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places. Great defense from Grace Ryland on the quick putback on the side of the Vikings. And now they'll have to set up offensively as Graves will somehow find a point, bending that ball like Beckham. And he'll find it on the far side next to the sideline. Emerson Graves picks up her 3rd kill today, and now we're back to a 2-point lead for the Vikings. I think we're going to have a timeout, and we're going to have a timeout on the side of the Bulldogs and head coach Shelly Burns. And with that, we'll step aside as well. North Platte trailing by 2, 14-12. We come back to the Doghouse here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
It's a Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. Contestants from 14 colleges and universities will charge into the Wild West Arena September 14th, 15th, and 16th for wild, dust-swirling action that you won't want to miss. The 3-day rodeo will feature snorting bulls, piercing horns, and twisting, bronc-busting action. Shoots open at 7 p.m. each night. Tickets are $10 at the gate. Kids 10 and under get in free. It's the Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. Let's ride!
Recontact. This is Drew Yoshida, Recontex, Western Nebraska. Here to remind everyone that now is the perfect time of year to have your vehicle's paint ceramic coated with Tsunami high-performance ceramic coating. These ceramic coatings are 3 times harder than a factory clear coat, extremely glossy, have a deep shine, and easy maintenance. Protect your investment. Never wax again. Recontex, Western Nebraska, 2210 West Front Street.
Recontex. Proof is in the performance.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to set number 2 action. Bulldogs currently at the moment trailing 14-12 as they look to equalize this game once again, trailing by 1 set, 25-20. As Tessa Shear picks up her 5th kill of the day, it's 15-12. Again, our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As here comes Jesse Burke, good heavens, J.C. Burke, the freshman, subbing in for the first time here today for Lexi Lantis. Back he goes to Burke, back with the set. Williams on the far side, like tap. Oh, great save from Bowman. And now the attack from Shear, and she'll slip it in between O'Brien and Williams. That's the 6th kill of this game for Tessa Shear. It's 16-12 with another serve from Kyla Cybrance. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. Our premier video sponsor, Allo Communications. Allo Communications fiber. It's different fiber options that allow you to find certain fast internet speeds at your household, whether it be fiber internet, fiber TV, and fiber phone. You can find out more online, allofiber.com. As O'Brien will roll, spike it into the netting, and now Northwest takes a 17-12 lead. They're starting to pull away yet again here, this time in set number 2. Cybrance up to serve. Back it goes to Ryland. Back to the Williams. Attack is going to bounce off of Langford. Kiela Williams picks up another kill. That is her 8th on the day. And now she'll be up to serve for North Platte. 8 on the day for Williams. 4 for O'Brien, 3 for Lantis, 1 for Kamensky, 1 for McLean, and 1 for Addison Euling. Again, our game stats sponsored by Skiles, Luke, Bremer, and White CPAs, where they are your partners for the future. So Bulldogs now on the attack again, trailing 17-13 as great attack from Emerson Graves. And now, Corey McLean tried to roll spike it close to the net, but couldn't get firm contact. And 18-13, another silly mistake for the Bulldogs. Trailing again in this one, 18-13, set 2. Stopkotty now serving. Kayla Stopkotty, and it'll sneak in between J.C. Burke as well as Kaylee O'Brien for the first ace from a player not named Kenna Bowman. So Stopkotty picks up her ace, and now it's 19-13 here in set number 2. Stopkotty serve. Back to O'Brien, the set from back to Kamensky, and she will, wow! Oh, they'll say a lift on the side of Haley Brandt, and a point towards North Platte, and with that, here comes Addison Euling subbing in for the Bulldogs here. So Abby Kamensky now serves for North Platte, again, 1 kill on the day for the junior, trailing 19-14. Back it goes to Graves. The set from Bowman, attack from Shear, and it's going to bounce immediately right into her own net. So a point towards North Platte, 19-15, a 4-point lead for the Vikings with yet another serve from Abby Kamensky on the way. As Kamensky will get set and rock and roll. Second serve, way back it goes to Graves. Bowman, and now really having to fly out of range to get it. Tessa Shear, can North Platte equalize and capitalize? O'Brien can! Bouncing it off of Tessa Shear. Kaylee O'Brien picks up her 5th kill. And now it's only a 3-point lead for Grand Island Northwest as another serve coming the way of Abby Kamensky, her 3rd here in this possession. Back it goes to Graves. The set nicely better from the side of Bowman. Oh, and it's going to fly out the back from Emerson Graves. Point towards North Platte. Now we're going to have time called. Coach going to talk with the near side official to see if it was a tip up front from a Bulldog player. They're going to say no. And now the fourth serve for Kamensky. It's 19-17 in favor of the Vikings. Bulldogs coming back here. Back it goes to Knapp. Set. How about the attack on the near side? It's going to bounce off of a Bulldog, I believe, Euling. So the point will go the way of Haley Brandt. And now it's 20-17 here in set number 2. So now up to serve comes Evelyn Poland after the substitutions. Poland serve back to Euling. Kamensky, and now just having to tap it over Corey McLean. And here comes the Vikings to set up. Far side, Emerson Graves, blocked up front by Euling, and Corey McLean, that's a point towards North Platte, 20-18, and now here comes a fresh substitution. Izzy Belgum for the first time today will get action as well. Here comes Lexi Lantis back in, so Kaylee O'Brien will sub out, and now Izzy Belgum will sub in and instantly go serving for North Platte. Belgum, the junior, getting played in the junior varsity game, will now step up here to serve for the varsity squad. Back goes to Berman, and the near side attack in from Graves. Nice save from Belgum. Set, backside, Euling, lightly tapped. There's Langford. Now here comes the Viking offense, tapped up front by Lantis. Another point for North Platte. And with that, we are just 1 point away from North Platte tying this game up. It's 20-19 here in this set number 2. Bulldogs, after trailing by 5, now have crawled their way back to trail by 1, 20-19. Belgum's back to Knapp as that serve. Set, far side attack from Berman. Great save from Belgum, but it's going to fly into the audience for a Northwest point. 21-19 as out comes Izzy Belgum, and now here comes Kaylee O'Brien subbing in, and then double subs for the side of the Vikings. Brooklyn Beck, as well as I think coming in, I'm trying to find the number, I have to remember it. Oh, it's Kyla Sybrants. As that serve from Beck right into the netting, it's still back to a 1 point advantage for the Vikings following the service error, and now here comes Corey McLean serving. McLean today, 1 kill for the sophomore. Far side, Sybens. Great save from Corey McLean on the back line, and Lantis just has to hit it on over, and it's going to fly way out of bounds. Point towards Northwest, 22-20. Now back to serve goes Macy Langford. 2 point lead for Grand Island Northwest. Another substitution for them as Stopcotty, I think, subs in, as well as Evelyn Poland. Langford's back to Grace Ryland on that serve. The set towards Euling. Far side, really has to get out of balance, but is able to hit it in. And now here comes the Vikings. Stopcotty, blocked up front by Williams, but she'll save it off that block. Stopcotty does. Berman, another block again from Lantis, and they'll get the point! Lexi Lantis with the block up front, not once, but twice. And that time it'll fall in for a North Platte point. Trailing by 1, 22-21 with Trinity Vax up to serve, and Addison Euland subbing out. Again, 1 point lead for the Vikings. Back it goes to Beck. The set to Sybens on the backside. Good save by Ryland. Now the Bulldogs will set up. Oh, backline attack from Corey McLean. Oh, it's going to fall in! Stopcotty trying to block it up front, but it bounces off awkwardly, and Corey McLean will get the point. We're tied 22-22 with a timeout on the side at Grand Island Northwest. We are back tied again, and with that, we'll step aside and take a break and come back to the doghouse where we are tied in set number 2, 22-22, right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications and NorthPlattePost.com.
Your health is nothing to fool with. That's why when supplies are important, you should trust no one but the best. Great Plains Home Care Equipment features full home care outfits. All of the items you or your loved one will need for rehabilitation, including oxygen and respiratory equipment, whether it's for staying at home or for moving around. Great Plains Home Care Equipment, 600 East Francis Street, Suite 6 in North Platte.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse. Bulldogs now tied up with Grand Island Northwest 22-22. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. His new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As Berman just had to hit it on over for the Vikings. Not really good offensive set, but I can't say that for the Bulldogs either. They weren't set up properly. And now here comes an attack. Stop Cotty. Great save from back. Williams tips it over. And now another attack from the Vikings. Cybrants, able to get it over. And great save on the back line from McLean. Attack from Kaminsky, blocked up front. And they're going to say that's 4 hits. It wasn't touched by a Viking. And now 23-22 as Grace Ryland now checks in for Corey McLean. And thank you to our sponsors here for today's game, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota just south of I-80 in North Platte invites you to stop out, take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places. Kenna Bowman now serving a 23-22 lead for Grand Island Northwest. Back it goes to Kaminsky and Vac. And then a rolly tipped over on the side by Lexi Lantis, almost a push. As Stop Cotty, and now the Bulldogs, some little ugly mess of offense between either side, but Stop Cotty picks up the point, and now we're on match point. 24-22 for the Vikings, with Bowman up to serve again. Grand Island Northwest leading 1-0 in the sets after a 25-20 set 1 victory. Bowman serves it all the way back to Kaminsky. Vac. And now Kaminsky from the back line just has to roll spike it over. Bowman. Now Langford. Cybrants in the middle. Tipped up front by Williams. A great save by Stop Cotty. And now there's Shear to hit it. Williams tips it over. Great defense from the Bulldogs. Now another Stop Cotty attack. Can't get anything. Vac. Lantis. It flies out the back. And that's how this set will come to an end for North Platte. Just barely. Almost getting it. They lose 25-22 here in set number 2 and fall behind 2-0 here to Grand Island Northwest. What a back and forth affair that just unfortunately in the end couldn't come up for North Platte. But I love the things I was seeing there on the offensive side from the Bulldogs. Really finding the spots that they were looking for, and because of that, they were able to get some really easy points. But now going to set 3, trailing at 25-22. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll have set 3 action from the Doghouse right here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Okay, try it now.
Nothing.
Okay, try it now.
Nope.
Maybe this. Okay, how about now?
It's hot! The dishwasher's on fire!
Got electrical problems? Give Platte Valley Electric a call. For over 50 years, Platte Valley has been serving North Platte with commercial, residential, and agriculture properties, offering free custom estimates and 24-hour emergency service. And we promise the price won't shock you. Visit them on Facebook or PlatteValleyElectric.com.
When severe weather threatens our area, you can rely on us to bring you the most up-to-date information about the storm. On the air and online in high definition at NorthPlattePost.com. Severe weather updates from our staff every 15 minutes. And in the event of a tornado, we provide wall-to-wall coverage. We'll tell you exactly where the storm is and where it's heading. Our goal is to keep you safe. Severe weather coverage powered by Lavander's Body Shop and Lavander's Tire and Service in North Platte.
Get the results you need with Red Willow Chemical. Whether you're looking for generic or name brand chemicals and fertilizer, they got you covered. And with their bulk options and delivery and aerial application services, you can save time and get the job done right. Their experienced staff is here to help you tailor a plan that fits your specific needs so you can trust them to deliver. Don't wait. Visit Red Willow Chemical today and see the difference quality products and personalized service can make. Contact them now.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ AM North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
North Platte Post Sports.
We're back here to the Doghouse. Bulldogs, unfortunately, have fallen behind 2 sets here to Grand Island Northwest. They lost set number 1, 25-20, and then set 2, 25-22. But really, in these 2 sets, it could have really gone either way. That's how close it's been, but unfortunately, it's all fallen in favor of the Vikings as here we go. Lantis, little light touch. It will fall in for a North Platte point off Alexi Lantis. As now it's a 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Again, our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Bee. Trinity back to serve, and here goes Cybern's on the far side. A good save by Grace Ryland. And how can North Platte respond? Lexi Lantis, light tip. Cybern's, and now the setup, far side pull and near side. Berman will fly it out the back. And with that, another point towards North Platte. 2-0 in favor of the Bulldogs here to start set number 3. Again, thank you to our sponsors here for today's game. CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005, as well as Sand Hill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. And they're going to say the point's going to fall in favor of North Platte. Oh, they're going to say it was tipped. Overruled by the near side judge, as she said the Bulldogs tipped it. It flew out of bounds from Berman's attack, but they're going to say it was tipped up front by North Platte. So Haley Berman will get her 3rd kill, and it's a point towards the Vikings. 2-1 in favor, though, of North Platte with Macy Langford serving. Wow, just hits the top of the net. Luckily, North Platte's there to succeed and able to defend it, and they get it over. Here come the Vikings. Far time, Cybrid. Back to O'Brien, easily there, not really having to move much. And Lexi Lantis tried to lightly touch it, but unfortunately it hit the front of the net and didn't touch a Viking player. And with that, we're tied 2-2 here in set number 2 early on. Again, a 2-0 lead already for the Vikings in this set number 2. They won set number 3. They won set 1, 25-20. 25-22 in set number 2. Oh, it's going to be touched up front by, I believe, Trinity Vac, but it's going to fall out of bounds. It's now a lead for the Vikings. 3-2. The Bulldogs had a nice 2-0 lead, but it's unfortunately fallen to the wayside, and it's 3-2 in favor Grand Island Northwest. Still serving Macy Langford up for her 4th serve. Langford back goes to Ryland. Vac with the set. Here comes Lantis far side. She's going to spike it right into her own netting. It's now 4-2 in favor of Grand Island Northwest. As once again, another serve for Macy Langford. Again, 4 unanswered points from the Vikings. Interesting to see if head coach Shelly Byrne might call a timeout here soon to refocus the squad back in. Back to Kamensky. Back with the set. Kamensky near side, lightly tapped over, and there's Poland, and here come the Vikings. Back to an attack from Berman. Back to O'Brien. Good defense from her. Set. Far side. Kamensky. Yeah! There you go. Finds the soft spot in the defense after a nice setup. Kill for Abby Kamensky, and now it's a 1-point lead for the side of the Vikings, with Lexi Lantis now up to serve for the Bulldogs. Trailing by 1, 4-3. Lantis winds up and fires a strong one back to Langford. Now the set from Poland to stop Cotty. Oh, she missed it, but there to save it, Cybrant. And here comes Williams on the light touch. Oh, she had to really reach up to the cookie jar to hit it. And when she hit it and tried to bring it down, it falls flat in front of the North Platte. Man, I lost my train of thought there. Net, that's the word. Wow, that really escaped my mind. The North Platte net, and unfortunately, point towards Northwest, as out goes Lexi Lantis, and J.C. Burke subs in for the Bulldogs. Serve on the way from Kenna Bowman, and it's going to fall in for the 3rd ace today from Kenna Bowman. 6-3 in favor of the Vikings. Now that just fell right in front of Burke. As Bowman now sets up for her 2nd serve right here. Again, leading for the Vikings, 6-3. Back to Ryland. The set from Vac. Far side. Williams! Oh, good save on the side by Beck. Middle attack from Stopkotty, and it's going to fall in for a point. Stopkotty picks up her 7th point. 7-3 now in favor of the Vikings. Barely tipped up front by Williams. She did a great job of getting a finger on it, but because of that, it fell just barely in front of Trinity Vac, and unfortunately, she couldn't save it. Point towards the Vikings. Bowman, back it goes. Now the Bulldogs have to get it on over with Abby Kamensky, and they do so. The set, middle, Stopkotty attack. Great diving save from Burke. And now the Bulldogs will just unfortunately have to get it on over. Oh, no. In doing so from Kaylee O'Brien, it's going to hit the flag, and that's a point towards the Vikings. It's now 8-3 in favor of Grand Island Northwest here in set number 3. 8 unanswered points. Oh, excuse me. I was going to say 8, but the Bulldogs did get a point, so I can't say that now. As O'Brien attacks, and it bounces off of Beck. Langford with the save, and they get it on over. Northwest does. Man, oh man, great defense from Grand Island Northwest. Williams, though, tries to hit him and stop Cotty there with the block. 9-3 is now the lead for Grand Island Northwest here in this set number 3. Now it's really all starting to fall apart as this offense for the Vikings really starting to take over now. A light serve that gets to Kiela Williams as, there's Kaylee O'Brien with a light tip that bounces off of 2 different Viking players. And O'Brien will pick it up, and now here they come, the Bulldogs, seeing if they can bounce back now, trailing by 5 with Kiela Williams serving. 9-4 the lead for the Vikings in set 3. The set to Stopkotty, and it's going to get in as Vac tried to save it, and it rolls right through her fingertips. So that's a point. 10-4. Grand Island and the Vikings. 8 kills for Kiela Williams, 6 for Kaylee O'Brien, and 3 for Lexi Lantis. No aces on the side of North Platte, but 3 on the side. Grand Island Northwest. Our stats brought to you in part by Skiles Loop, Bremer, and White CPAs, where they are your partners for the future. As out the back with that hit, going to be Emerson Graves, and now it's a point toward North Platte, trailing by 5, 10-5. And Addison Euling subs in with Abby Kamensky serving for North Platte, again trailing by 5 here in this set 3. Trying to stabilize after giving up a massive run to the Vikings. Oh, no! And that's going to be a net infraction by O'Brien. And with that, a point goes back the other way to the Vikings. It's 11-5 with checking in now being Evelyn Poland for Macy Langford, and McKenna Stopkotty now serving. Back he goes to Euling. Kamensky. And now Euling on the near side. There's Stopkotty to save it. Here comes the Vikings. Far side attack to Graves. Great block up front, though, by Euling. Here comes another near side attack tipped in by Shear. But Grace Ryland's there to save it. O'Brien winds up, and it's blocked up front by Tessa Shear. And that stuff will result in the point for the Vikings. 12-5 now in this set number 3. And that's where, again, the height plays such an advantage right now for this Grand Island squad. They've been able to, a couple of times to good effect, block the Bulldogs offense. It's really rearing its ugly head right here in set number 3 as Brian gets it over, and now here comes attack from the Vikings towards the middle. Poland, what great diving save from Kamensky. And now here comes the offense. Oh, wow, not a good set, though, from the Vikings. And luckily, Graves able to set it on over. Attack up the middle from Corey McLean. And the Bulldogs, after a couple of miraculous saves, can get it over. 12-5 is where we sit. And they'll say a net infraction for Haley Brandt. And with that, a point towards North Platte. And here comes a big substitution with subbing in now being Lexi Lantis and Izzy Belgum. Out comes J.C. Burke as well as Kaylee O'Brien. So Belgum checks in, and Belgum will be up to serve for North Platte. Trailing again 12-6, 6-point advantage for Grand Island Northwest. Belgum now with her first service set number 3. Really good one, gets to Seibert. Set to the near side attack from Graves. Great diving save from Izzy Belgum. Now the Bulldogs will just get it on over with Lexi Lantis, and it'll fall out of bounds. Point towards the Vikings. As now checking back in comes, well, it was going to be Kaylee O'Brien, but she's going to run back as double substitution for the Vikings, as now subbing in comes Evelyn Poland as well as Izzy Berman. Again, 13-6 the lead here in set number 3. Vikings with a 2-0 set lead, 25-20, 25-22, as Ryland with the receive falls a little short of Kamensky, and that's a point towards the Vikings, 14-6. On that ace from Evelyn Poland, that's now the 5th ace for Grand Island Northwest. 14-6, back to Ryland. Set from Kamensky. Tipped in by the side of Corey McLean, and now here comes an attack from the Vikings. Tipped up from Graves, but there's Belgium to save it. Set towards the near side. Lexi Lantis, oh, great diving save, but won't fall in from the side of Evelyn Poland as Lexi Lantis finds the kill, her 4th of the day. And it's 14-7 as out comes Izzy Belgium, and Kaylee O'Brien now gets in for North Platte, with Corey McLean now serving for the Bulldogs. McLean all the way back goes to Langford. Set from Poland. Tip in. Oh, it's just going to bounce off of Lexi Lantis as Haley Brandt finds the kill. Barely touching it off of Lantis up front, and 15-7 is where we sit. Ryland subs in, and out goes Corey McLean. Now serving for Grand Island Northwest will be Brooklyn Beck. And 15-7 is the lead right now in this set number 3. Grand Island leads by 2 sets, 2-0. As Kamensky will unfortunately be called for a net violation from Kamensky. And because of that, another point towards Grand Island Northwest. They're up 16-7 here in set number 3. As once again a set from Brooklyn Beck back to Williams. The set towards Williams in the near side attack, but there's Cybrance, and they'll say another net violation going towards Northwest. I believe that one on Williams. It's 17-7, a 10-point lead for the side of Grand Island Northwest. 17-7, back it goes to Ryland. Set, and now here comes the attack from Williams, light touch. It will fall in for a point. Kiela Williams with her 9th kill of the game. And the Bulldogs now here 17-8 at the moment. As up now comes Trinity Vac, trying to claw their way back in. Again, the first 2 sets could have gone either which way, and even though right now Grand Island holds the 17-8 lead, the Bulldogs have shown today they can claw themselves back in. Williams up front! Oh, great save from Langford, really getting low for it. And now here comes North Platte to set up. Vac to the near side. Lantis sets it up, blocked up front though. On the side by Haley Brandt. 18-8 is the lead right now for Grand Island Northwest, after a good block up front by Brandt. And now up to serve comes Macy Langford. Langford now serves again, 2-set lead for the Vikings. A little awkward was the receive from Kamensky, so the Bulldogs have to just get it on over, and they do so. So now the Vikings will set up, not the cleanest, but Cybrance will hit it back on over to O'Brien. Good defense from her all game today as Kamensky rolls it over. Ooh, diving save from Poland. Tipped up by Kamensky, and then hit on the side by Stopkati. A point towards North Platte. 18-9 now, with up to serve being Lexi Lantis. Lantis today, 4 kills and looking for her first ace today again. Tied with the most aces for North Platte this year at 5. As Berman able to kill it on that attack. Izzy Berman's first kill today, and now it's 20-9 in favor, or excuse me, 19-9, my correction, in favor of Grand Island Northwest. As out goes Berman as well as Evelyn Poland. Kenna Bowman checks in alongside Tessa Shear for the Vikings. 19-9 here in set number 3. Back it goes to, I believe that's J.C. Burke who is subbed in. Williams lightly tips it. There's Langford with another good save. The set, backside attack. Oh, it's going to bounce off of Kamensky following the Kyla Cybrance kill. It's now her 3rd, and With that, it's 20-9. It's all Vikings here in this set number 3. Again, the first 2 sets could have gone either which way. Unfortunately, they fell in favor of Grand Island Northwest. And here in set 3, it's all crumbling down for the Bulldogs. Back it goes to Burke. The set from back towards the near side. Williams really far back, reaches for it and gets it. Great power, but won't fall in for a point. Shear once again does a great save from Burke. Tipped by O'Brien. There's Cybrance to save it. They'll set it up. Another attack from Shear. Great block up front by Williams. And now here come the Vikings. Just have to tap it on over. Couldn't get a good set offense up. Here it comes. One. Williams in the middle. Another block up front on the side of Stopcotty. And because of that, 21-9. Again, the Bulldogs overextended a little bit on that offensive attack, so the block really easily was able to fall in for a point. And the serve coming in from Bowman. Ooh, the Bulldogs can get it over. A little close there, but they're able to do so. Here it comes. Far side, Cybrance attack. It's blocked up front by, I believe, Abby Kamenski, and it'll fall in for a point on the side of the Vikings. I believe that was Cybrance, and that's her 4th point today, or 4th kill, excuse me. 22-9 is where we sit right now in this set number 3. Bowman's light serve gets to O'Brien. Vac with the set. Far side. Williams just, taps it on over. Got a hiccup there. Set. Stopcotty. Wow, really light tip. She didn't get any of it, just her fingertips. And because of that, Kamenski then got her fingertips on it, and it falls just in front of Williams for another point towards Grand Island Northwest. 23-9 here in set number 3. Bowman's light serve gets to Kamenski. Set, middle, Kamenski blocked up front by Stopcotty again. As it's been in this last couple McKenna Stopcotty show, as it's game and match point here between these two sides. 24-9 in set 3. As Bowman served lightly on over to Kamenski. The set from Vac. Ooh, Williams had to really step back for it, but she's able to get it on over. Langford. Skybrance on the far side. Saved by Burke, but it's going to fall out of bounds. And with that, this game comes to an end here in 3 sets. 25-9 is the victory for Grand Island Northwest. The first 2 sets, I have to say, were the best 2 sets North Platte has played all season long. And then here in the 3rd set, it all just came crumbling apart. You know, in set 1, they fell 25-20. In set 2, 25-22. There was so many points in this game where it was a 1-score game, 2-score game, 1-score game, 2-score game. And then just unfortunately for the side of North Platte High School, they couldn't find the gas or the solutions in this 3rd set to keep it close. And Grand Island Northwest just got on a roll and pick up the victory here again, 25-9. It's time for our quick stop post-game show. So with that, we'll step aside and we'll take a real quick break. When we come back, again, quick stop post-game show here. Bulldogs unfortunately fall to now a 4-game losing streak after this loss to Grand Island Northwest in 3 sets, 25-20, 25-22, and 25-9. So on the quick stop post-game show, we'll step aside and come back. We'll have head coach Shelly Burns will come on up and have a talk with us here at FM 98.1 and 1410 and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Stop. Wait. Have you heard the news? Fat Dogs has an upgraded rewards program. Do you have your new card? New cards, new reward perks. It's loyalty advanced. Stop in a Fat Dogs near you or visit fatdogs.com to get your new card number. Fat Dogs even has a rewards app. Download it today by searching Fat Dogs Rewards in the App Store and never miss a savings opportunity. Earn, save, spend with Fat Dogs Rewards. Discover more at fatdogs.com.
Puro Clean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. Puro Clean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give Puro Clean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at Puro Clean in North Platte.
Are you ready to unlock the door to your dream home? Look no further than Gateway Realty, your key to a new chapter of home ownership. What better way to welcome the fall season than by stepping to a brand new home? At Gateway Realty, we're dedicated to helping you find the perfect place to call your own. Our team of experienced real estate professionals are here to guide you through every step of the process. From searching listings to negotiating deals, we're with you from beginning to end, making your journey as smooth as possible. Open the door to your future with Gateway Realty. Your journey home begins here.
North Platte Regional Airport wants you to think and save. Think about the cost of driving to Denver, fuel, wear and tear on your vehicle, parking, hotel, not to mention the value of your time traveling. Book with United.com and fly right from here, North Platte to Denver. United Airlines Frequent Flyer Program gives you credit for your North Platte to Denver round-trip miles. Check North Platte Regional Airport out first, and you can get to any destination in the world. North Platte Regional Airport, daily jet service with United Airlines to DIA. Flights operated by SkyWest Airlines.
September is Pain Awareness Month, and Westville Small Animal Clinic wants to help you keep your pet pain-free and know the signs to help them. There are a few things you can do. Keep an eye on their behavior, use caution if they are in pain, watch your pet's hygiene and weight, and take your pet to the vet to be evaluated if you think something is wrong. Visit Westville Small Animal Clinic and allow Dr. Counts and Dr. Bundy to guide you in keeping your pet's pain manageable or pain-free. Call Westfield Small Animal Clinic at 534-4480.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here to the doghouse. Unfortunately for North Platte High School, they fall to Grand Island Northwest here in 3 straight sets, 25-20, 25-22, and 25-9. You look at those score marks, specifically set number 3, and go, man, wow, that set number 3 must be bad. And, you know, it's hard to describe. It was bad in a sense, but at the same time, you kind of see how well this team played in sets 1 and 2 and how back and forth it was and how really it could have gone either which way, and kind of just go into, you know, what if the Bulldogs, instead of falling in those first 2 sets, won those first 2 sets, where the set number 3 looked different. And it kind of just culminates back to the point that I brought up in the Quick Stop pregame show. You know, the ending. How is this team now going to close games out? Because I believe after we've seen from the first 2 sets here, this team can really stay with it in the early to mid parts of these sets. They can really show that they can play fast tempo. They can really find their offense rolling and get things done. But it then boils down to how are they going to close out the set? And that was shown here today as unable to really find the extra step that Grand Island Northwest was able to possess when it came to closing out their sets. And that is how, unfortunately, the Bulldogs fell in those first 2 sets by super close margins. And then set number 3, I think it all just fell apart. The Vikings were able to get on a really fast roll after the Bulldogs started 2-0. They couldn't really stop at that moment was a 4-0 run that then transpired into an even bigger run and an even bigger run. And then mistakes on mistakes just stacked up on top of each other. And that's how you get to that 25-9 set 3 loss. But overall, yet again, like we've been saying last week, as well as I believe if you just went to the game on Tuesday, the amount of strides and steps this North Platte squad has made in such a short amount of time is still really good. As Easton Jones out there saying hi to him. But oh, was I? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But the steps that have been taken by this North Platte squad have been so well done and really have shown that the growth in such a short amount of time. this team has possessed. And it only makes you more excited to see, hey, you know what, 2 weeks down the line, when we see them again, or maybe 4 weeks down the line, what they're going to do. Because there's still plenty of games left to play, plenty of tournaments, plenty of opportunities for this North Platte squad to continue to show out and continue to improve day by day. Because I think that's really the mantra head coach Shelly Byrne has instilled onto these kids is, right now, it's not going to look pretty. Your record might not be the best. We're maybe not going to look like the best team out there. But if we can improve step by step, day by day, inch by inch, in the long term, that's going to make such a huge difference. And you can already see how much of an improvement this team has made from its first games against Broken Bow at the Jamboree game till now. I mean, if we face Broken Bow right now compared to where we started in Broken Bow like 3 weeks ago, this could be a whole different story for North Platte. They might have picked up the Broken Bow victory, if they played this right now. So they're so close. They're just so close, and it's really going to boil down to how can they pick up those little extra victories, those little extra things to help them culminate into a set win. And I think that's what head coach Shelly Byrne will be, talking with the crew and then trying to figure out as well when they get to practice time. But we'll see. Hopefully, head coach Shelly Byrne will finish up her conversations with her team, and when that happens, we'll have a talk with her right here when we come back. Quick Stop post-game show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. We'll have more of the Quick Stop post-game show when we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Stop. Wait. Have you heard the news? Fat Dogs has an upgraded rewards program. Do you have your new card? New cards, new reward perks. It's loyalty advanced. Stop in a Fat Dogs near you or visit fatdogs.com to get your new card number. Fat Dogs even has a rewards app. Download it today by searching Fat Dogs Rewards in the App Store and never miss a savings opportunity. Earn, save, spend with Fat Dogs Rewards. Discover more at fatdogs.com.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here to the doghouse. Bulldogs unfortunately fall in 3 sets, 25-20, 25-22, and 25-9. I see head coach Shelly Byrne over there talking with some of the other media, so she'll be making her way over. Hopefully she doesn't forget me. I'll feel heartbroken. My poor little heart would feel broken if she forgot about me, but hopefully she doesn't. But the Bulldogs, once again, just so close in those first 2 sets to have it unfortunately fall apart in set number 3 and fall in this game to Grand Island Northwest 25-20, 25-22, and then 25-9, falling 3 sets to nothing. No football tomorrow. Basically our coverage for sports is done for the rest of the week. It's kind of weird having a bye week in football, not going to lie. It is quite weird not having to go to a football game tomorrow. Bless it, because it's going to be hot again. So everybody who's just like me that doesn't like the heat, stay away. Don't push yourself too hard. Drink some water, because next week the cool air is upon us. And when I say cool air, I mean 70-degree weather. Can you believe that? It's been the weirdest roller coaster I've ever seen in my life when it comes to the end of summer. The most extreme heats, and then down to really cool. And then another batch of extreme heat, and then it's even cooler. And so it's just going to throw me off here. But here in the Quick Stop post-game show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. How about we get into some game spot stats? Sponsored by Skiles Loop, Bremer and White CPAs, where they are your I lost my train of thought. Partners for the future. I'll get to that in a second as making the stroll on up here. Head coach Shelly Byrne. Get the drum roll out here, get everything rolling on. Here she comes, everybody. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited. Whew. Talking about the cool air is where I started this conversation. You a fan of cool air? You're more of a hot type of summer type climate person?
I haven't been out enough today. I like it all. I like whatever's supposed to be in season. Winter, I like snow around Christmas, and then it can all just go away.
There you go. That's all that matters here. But you guys fell, unfortunately, this one 3 straight sets to now fall on a 4-game losing streak. That's where I want to start quickly so we can just get it out, get the Band-Aid out the way. We talked last week. We were hoping it didn't get to this mark. So take me through right now how the team's feeling. Their first big loss streak this season. How are they responding to these types of games? Because it looked like today, again, minus that third set, that it hasn't really affected them that much.
We're not talking about our record a lot because that's not where we're going to see our growth. Our growth is, just the things that we've accomplished, that they've accomplished. People may not see anything. Even tonight at one point I was talking to him, I said, everything we've been doing in practice, trying to run the quicker sets and the faster offense, why are we not applying it out here? We're not even doing it. This is boring. We have got to. And then Kiki really started to turn it around for us, and she bought into that. And Corey was trying to also. Corey just got into a spot, our other middle, where we weren't getting the passes when she went to the front row. So, but Corey can do it also. But what we're doing in practice, they're not just bringing it out and putting it onto the court also, because we have practices where they're doing what we're asking, and then we come out here and we just go back to very basic volleyball. Mm-hmm. So I need to find a way, us coaches need to find a way to get the girls to really transfer what they're learning in practice out onto the court.
Is it more like of a comfort thing? They can maybe see they might try to implement it, but it doesn't work, so it's like, okay, that's not working. Let's roll it back into what we've been accustomed to maybe see if we can get back on a rhythm, or is it really just maybe they're just not finding ways to implement it like they are?
If you ever find the answer to that, let me know. I really can't tell you. We could write a book and make $1 million. I just asked him. I said, why are we not taking what all of us coaches? Because I've got some great coaches that are giving some great tools to these girls, and they're just not bringing it out there. And I just tell them, if you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to keep getting the same results. At some point, they have to take charge and take a little pride in their team and their program and the culture and change it.
Yep. And, of course, when they did start to make a little bit of that with Kiki Williams, hey, they look like a whole different team out there making points. And those first 2 sets, they could have gone either which way. And that's just, I think, again, compared to where you started at the beginning of the season, that's just some good progress. Again, you talked about how they may not be able to see some of the things out there, but I can see a marketable improvement from day one here to at this point right now.
Thank you. I'm glad you see that, because we do. We talk to the kids a lot about that because they need to hear it. They need to know where they're improving. We've shown them numbers. We've watched film. Our record, people on the outside really aren't going to see it. They come to watch and it's like,
0-4, they lost again, yeah.
That's exactly it. And so we're really just trying to change the mindset, and we just constantly are praising them for the work they're doing and the efforts. But now we've really got to start pushing them and maybe get a little bit tougher on them too. If you don't start incorporating this, then you guys are going to be ready for track season when it comes.
Yeah, and I think one of the things you might highlight yet again, we talked about it last week, the serves looked very good in some instances, but a couple more service errors that kind of cost you down the stretch. It's easy to say, like, well, just hit it lighter or maybe target a little better. It's on the outside that to me it seems like, well, just don't always go for the ace off the bat. But really, how do you start to eliminate some of those little easy mistakes that over time start to pile up the points for the other side?
Right? Wouldn't that be nice if we could just do that? Exactly.
Right? We could write a book.
Volleyball is a game of momentum. They're high school girls. We're up, we're down, we're here. You never know what you're going to get. And right now we're at a point, I don't know if they know what they need to do to I don't know. We're gonna get it figured out.
Need like an Aaron Rodgers moment, hide in like a bunker for like a week and be like, we're gonna self-identify ourselves, and then we'll come out and see where we are.
There you go. There you go.
But again, it really is small steps that are being taken, no matter how painful it is to sit here and be like, it ain't looking pretty record-wise, all that. It's about the end goal, and I can see good progress already, and there's going to be times where it's hit a wall. It's like weight loss. You're going to get good, and then you're going to hit a wall, and then it's going to get good.
And our schedule is not going to allow anything easier for us. I mean, we just got placed with Bennington. That's our first game on Saturday, then Lincoln Southeast. So, they're just going to throw it all at us, and we're going to sink or swim. As long as we know there's things that we're doing within this program right now to, build these girls up, get their confidence, and enough confidence that they can start trying different things. And as you said, get out of their comfort zone and start trying something different. Trust the process.
There you go. That's the big thing you got to preach, and hopefully they'll start buying in because, as you said, the schedule is so unforgiving, which I like. Right. I like it compared to an easier schedule.
No, I don't like it.
You can sit there. I know the positive.
I'm already
be like,
working on it. It's not conducive to what we have here.
I know.
So.
It's good in the sense that they can get some wins and be like, okay, there's some good positive momentum. Right. But if you start playing these easier teams where you're just
there's plenty of good teams out here in the West that we need to be playing.
There you go.
We don't need to travel 3 hours to. No, there's plenty of good teams out here.
There is. We've seen already here, but I think in the end, iron sharpens iron. So, again, even though the results at the moment may not be culminating into what maybe you were hoping for, right, or maybe how the practices have gone, you can at least start to think, okay, we're still playing some really tough competition that it's going to force these girls to really play at their best level, which is, again, maybe even force them out of their comfort zone to start trying new things.
As soon as they believe in themselves, that's really where we've got to get, because the coaching staff believes in them, and they just got to all start doing that. And when they do, I think they're going to see more success and more doors open for them.
Just like Buzz Aldrin once said, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, but one small step for volleyball, one giant leap towards a state championship. That's how we'll think of it. Well, Coach, thank you so much for stopping on by. Good luck this weekend. Of course, going to keep getting tougher and tougher as we get closer and closer to district. I mean, you can't believe it. It's like, you think about it, and it's like, wow, it's almost here already.
We're just taking one day at a time.
I know you are. Me and my schedule, I got to think, I got to make it up here. But
I'm sorry that shirt you're wearing there.
Oh, come on now.
I'm a KU grad.
Oh,
you're
my
wearing
heart.
K-State here. I got to get you a volleyball shirt.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. They will cover, tape it up and cover it and tape it, everything.
I got athletic tape for that.
But thank you again for stopping on by.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see you all next time in the home game as, hopefully, again, things start turning around here for us.
Me too. All right. Thanks for being here.
Thank
I appreciate
you so much. Well, we'll step aside here on the Quick Stop postgame show. We come back more on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, looking to start a new career? Larry's Glass in North Platte may just have the position for you, as they have an opening for a glazer. What does this glass glazer do? Installs glass in commercial and residential areas, and you'll be installing windows, doors, showers, mirrors, and so much more dealing with glass. If you've been or had carpenter experience in the past, this position may be just the fit for you. And even if you haven't and you have a certain skill set, Larry's Glass will train. Stop into Larry's Glass on West 5th Street today to apply.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Well, back here to the Doghouse. Bulldogs unfortunately fall here in 3 sets. 3-0, 25-20, 25-22, 25-9. Let's get into our game stats. Sponsored by, of course, Skiles, Loop, Bremer, and White CPAs, where they are your partners for the futures. On the side of the Vikings, it was 6 kills for Tessa Shear. It was 8 kills for McKenna Stopcott, and an ace as well to her name, 4 from Kyla Sybrants, 3 from Emerson Graves, 3 aces from Kenna Bowman, 1 for Izzy Berman, and then 1 for Evelyn Poland with an ace as well. On the side of North Platte High School, it was 9 kills for Kiela Williams. She had herself quite a game today from the attacking standpoint, really, as head coach Shelly Byrne trying to force the tempo for this North Platte squad. Kaylee O'Brien had 6 kills as well, with 2 for Corey McLean, 1 for Addison Ewing, 2 for Abby Kamensky, and then 4 for Lexi Lantis. How about we do, though, get into our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the game, and it's pretty obvious who that's going to be going to. Kiela Williams with her 9 kills, and the way she was playing on the defensive side, of plenty of blocks up front as well. And really, the big thing, pushing the tempo for this Bulldogs offense, which again has been the main proprietary focus for head coach Shelly Byrne in this squad. She was able to, in many instances, try to push that offense, so she is our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the game. When money matters, talk to Marshall Doty and Jacob White and Mark Tillman, financial advisors with CIO Wealth Strategies, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Strategies Services, LLC in North Platte, Nebraska. Talk to them about all your professional financial services. Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Our final box score here today is a 3-0 victory for Grand Island Northwest. Again, 25-20, 25-22, and then 25-9. The box score is sponsored by Eeks Office. For copies, furniture, or janitorial supplies, think Eeks and visit Eeks.com. Well, that'll do it for our coverage here this week for sporting events. I'll see you all next Tuesday, where we'll be at the Dowhauer Sporting Complex for another North Platte softball game right here on FM 98.1 AM 1410 and video live streaming, sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre. Settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com.